Okay, this lecture is on a little introduction to Bazin's ontology essay. And I'm holding up a photograph here of my grandparents. I carried this in my wallet for many years. So why do I have this photograph? Um, is it because I think it's a beautiful composition, or these are particularly beautiful people? Um, they're not models. Nor am I interested in historically, like, oh, remember that time in, it even says on the back, 1988. Remember that time in 1988 when, Grandma and Grandpa went to the Olin Mills studio to get their photograph taken? Remember that? Like, no, I don't remember that moment. It's about remembering these people who I, love dearly. And what this photograph means then, or what it has in it, is something of the essence of those people, of my my grandparents, Mary and Bill. It has something of the essence of Mary and the essence of Bill preserved in here, in maybe a more special way than if it was just just a drawing that I had made of them in 1988. I'm a terrible drawer. Even if I was good, it would still not, would the essence preserved in my drawing of them be the same as it is in this photograph? Bazin is saying what's great about photography is that it has this connection to reality. These were really my grandparents who were really in front of this camera. And it's because it was an automatic process. It didn't go through just the drawing of some of the artist's hands. That means it's more real. There's more. There's a connection to that essence of them. He would say in this photograph, which makes it which carries an important function. And makes it different from other kinds of art. So he's going to say there's two kinds of art, and I'll kind of back up here, and you can see. So there's a painting by a woman named Kim Van Dyke on my wall over there that I really like. I'm kind of into abstract art. Is this painting is a different kind of art for Bazin. This is about the symbolic world as opposed to the real world. It's about the inner realm. It's about the individual artist and the kind of expression idea that they're trying to get across. It's a spiritual reality as opposed to the physical reality of the photograph. So his whole thing in art history is that since ancient times, art used to juggle these two things between, preserving reality and getting this, spiritual meaning, the spiritual image in it. He calls it a mummy complex because, the Egyptian mummy, they mummified the pharaoh to try and preserve the pharaoh's essence. And they would also have little statuettes and whatnot for the same purpose. He says, art always balanced these two until we got to modern art, when you had perspective, and now painting could represent the real really closely, but then how could it do the spiritual thing at the same time? This was always in conflict until the invention of photography, which allowed this kind of liberation, is what he says it is. So now, photography, it's going to take care of all the realism side and that kind of psychological need that we had. He talks about it as psychology, psychology to preserve the real, and is going to free up other arts, plastic arts, for kind of the internal symbolic aspect of it. The other interesting thing is he draws a difference between photography. So photography and cinema or video are both on the realism side, but they don't quite do the same thing. Here, this is just a still image. Um, it's not. It's preserving, the visual aspect of my grandparents, but it doesn't. But it's in one static moment of time. Um, the difference being that video or film, even without sound, even if it was a silent movie, it's preserving duration. How an object is in time, it's preserving that duration. So this video that I'm recording right now is not just preserving the image of me, it's preserving something about how I move, my rhythm, how I am as a thing in time. So you'll see when as we go with Bazin, he's really into the long take. He's into duration and finding a kind of cinema, the purpose of art that he sees cinema fulfilling is finding duration and finding things and choosing the art of the photographer then is going to be about choosing things in reality that are particularly beautiful. He talks about reflection on a sidewalk, the gesture of a child. It's not just anything in reality and appearances. It's trying to find something special. That's what the job. So it's like a naturalist who's going out into the world to find some specimen of duration that is worth collecting and worth preserving.